Good morning, guys. This is Meks. Today I'm going to do my first tutorial on how to make pop-ups. I had seen a pop-up of a high heel stiletto on YouTube. It was just a small clip to show, the pop-up. She didn't really show you how to do it, but I figured, oh, that'd be fun to make. So I spent a good day, half of my day yesterday, trying to figure it out and make it myself. So here we go. I'll show you. So this is a simplified version. I think she actually has insoles in hers. I couldn't really see. The camera was kind of dark. But yeah, that's how it looks, and it closes like that. So if anyone wants to try to make this, you can do that with me right now. So most people know that most of my artwork is drawing with charcoal, but paper crafts would be my second favorite artsy fartsy stuff. So I thought I'd make my first tutorial on pop-ups. Okay, let's see, the materials you'll need is the stiletto paper itself right here. This one I had red, so I'm going to use pink for this one. The backing, you need the backing for support, so I'm going to choose the black one again. Okay. And have like a printing paper available, okay, just in case. I'm going to show you how to do the framing like that, okay? And we'll need a good pair of scissors, an exacto knife, possibly a pencil, okay? A bone folder, I like to call it my boner, and that sounds kind of dirty. Some glue, of course, possibly some varnish if you like, if you want to bedazzle it a little bit. I have a bunch of these varnishes when I make my sculptures, so, but they're very good for paper too. And need a mat board or a cutting mat. A cutting mat, so you don't, make scratches and cut marks onto your table. Alright, so I did provide a link in my description box for you to download the outline where we're going to cut at. It's on my DeviantArt page. You can just download it, print it. Okay, so go do that first, and then we'll get started. I just need a little music. Alright, so for some reason, the little tabs here, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but they're like semicircles. You'll see it on the outline. They print it out really light. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just my printer or what. But anyway, first thing you want to do is fold it in half. And what I learned from making cards over the years, to have a crisp edge and for the inside of the card to look a little more clean. If you go to like Hallmark or whatever, if you go and look at a professionally made card, if you open up the card, you're going to see like a little, like a raised like little bump that goes straight across down the card. And if you want that clean look, what you do is you fold it the other way that you want, the other way, right? So let's go like this. It's hard to explain. I have to actually show you. Oops. Make sure your corners meet. Okay. And it should print out perfectly if you have your printer set to printing centered. It should, they should meet up. Okay. And then you take your bone folder, your boner, and just, glide it across. You can use other things like, I've seen people use credit cards or whatever. Anything with a straight edge. And what you do is you turn it over and turn it this way and fold it this way. Okay? And if you open it, you'll see that vertical line I was telling you about. So it gives it a crisp edge. As you can see here, it's perfectly folded. That's how you get the perfect fold. I discovered that by accident, actually. Okay, So now that we have our fold, and as you can see, it should be right along the middle, okay? So I'm going to show you how to cut it with an exacto knife on one side, and I'm going to show you how to cut it with scissors on the other side. Because I don't think everyone has an exacto knife, or not everyone is, you know, can do a crisp line with an exacto knife. I've been using my exacto knife for years, so I have a little more experience. Okay, so we'll do this side first. Okay, so you want to cut along all the lines. Okay, there's going to be this gap. Do not cut anywhere in that gap. That's what's going to hold the stiletto to this paper. Okay, and you want to cut right outside of the line because this is going to be glued on like this. See, you don't want any lines showing there. You want, you know, you want it to be clean. And then once this line will be folded inwards anyway, so you won't really see it. Okay. Go really slow and careful because you want to be precise. All right. As you can see, one shoe is cut out. Just remember to go really slow with your exacto knife. You want a clean, crisp cut. Um, as you can see, I went really slow, gently. Okay. So with this side, I'm going to show you how to do it with the scissors. Let me see. Usually I make a little incision first, with my exacto knife. You can use the tip of your scissors, I guess. Or if you have a needle, take a needle and poke very small little slits. That way you can, open it up just a little bit so you can stick your scissors in. Okay. hoping my hands are not in the way here. Okay, so I made a little incision there. This side is with tabs, so you want to make sure you cut those semicircle tabs. And you'll notice when I cut paper, I turn the paper, not the scissors. That'll give you a more crisp cut than having to move your scissors, because then that'll give you more jagged lines. Just another thing I've learned over the years. Come on, I'm not cooperating here. Carefully cut it. See, my line's already jagged because I cut with my scissors, not with my paper. But we can clean it up when we're done. See, it's a lot better if you just learn how to use your exacto knife. Come on. I'm gonna have to really clean up my lines here. I'm just going to clean this a little bit. Alright. Excuse me. As you can see, it's more effective to just use your exacto knife. Um, so now that we have it cut out, as you can see, the next thing you want to do is you want to fold from here to here. Okay, from that line to this line. I hope you can see that. So from that line to that line, okay? Flatten that down. Okay. Now do it to the other side as well. So you're going to go from that line to that line. Okay, that point to that point. Okay. Now you're going to fold the flaps along the lines. Okay, the little semicircles. And if you're having problems, folding it, because I'm using cardstock, it's best to use maybe light cardstock or maybe thinner papers. Then you go like that. Don't use anything too heavy, because then it won't lay too flat or it's just harder to fold. So you're going to do all your semicircle tabs. So. Come on. Sorry if I keep going off camera. Okay. Alright, so now what we're going to do is start gluing. Okay. You don't want to put too much glue, so I just put about a dot. Okay. So now what I do is take this whole side and soft, gently press on it. So you want to make sure it lines up first. And open it up a little bit, like that, just a little bit, and make sure that it's all lined up. Okay. And like I said, if you had it printed correctly, it should line up perfectly. So we're going to do that. Take a little boner and flatten it. Then turn it over to this side and do the same. Okay. So you can see it lines up almost perfectly. So we can always just trim that down. Make sure you don't, cut this side of the paper, just the edging of the other side of the paper. So if you cut through both, that's bad. So I'm just trimming it down a little bit, just to get a nicer edge. Elmer's glue, if that's what you're using, usually dries really fast, in a couple minutes, I guess. So, give it a couple minutes, then you should be safe to open it up. Okay. Okay, so when I open it up, what I like to do is flatten this part, like that. Okay. So flatten the top right there a little bit. So give, some small creases to the side. Okay. So there you go. You should have your stiletto. Alright. Okay. So now we're going to make the backing to make it more stable. So to make this little frame, it's really easy to do. Okay. Very easy to do. You can make any design you want. What I do is I get printing paper, just regular cheap printing paper, fold it into quarters because you want it to be symmetrical. And what I do is I go like this. Alright, so you can make any design you want. Any design you want to draw, you can do. Isaac, please. So we'll do the same here. Easy enough. So I leave a little cushion room at the edging because you want the back of the paper to be showing. So just a little bit, maybe about a quarter of an inch. And you want to do one on this side too. Okay. That's all you do. And then get your scissors. So basically what you're doing is making a template. Okay.
Scissors?
Scissors. Good job.
Straighten. No.
Alright. Let me curve this a little bit more. Okay. So when you open it up, it's going to look like that. And what you do is you take this card, fold it in half, okay, and you're going to lay this on top of it. Just like so. Make sure it's centered. Okay. Okay, and then what you're going to do is trace it with your pencil. Trace, kind of lightly. So you don't have to worry about erasing anything when you're done.
Scissors?
Scissors.
Scissors?
Scissors. Alright, that's not good because it actually hit my stiletto, so let's start over. That was not good at all. So what I'm gonna have to do is a little improvising. So then you move it up a little bit. Okay. It would have been smart if I measured my paper first. It's alright. So we're gonna do this. So yeah, make sure your stiletto's within it, inside. I'm gonna change this a little bit because we want the edges to meet. That. There you go. Because you want the points to meet. Alright. So now you cut out your template. Make sure this is, perfectly flat before you cut, because you're going to be cutting through to the other side as well. Remember to cut with your paper, not with your scissors. And go slowly, do not rush it. Alright. There we go. Have that. It's a little yucky right there. Alright. So now we're going to glue this to the backing. Okay. Take the backing. We're going to do we're going to fold it in half like we did before with the pink paper. I'm going to fold it one more time. Okay. Get the card. Got that vertical line again. Okay, so we're going to take this. And what you want to do when you glue this, you want to glue it right outside of the edging of that vertical line. You don't want to glue on top of that line. You want to glue it right next to it. Okay, so get our glue. Remember, you don't want to over glue. Okay. I leave this space because this is where the fold is, where it connects to the stiletto itself. So I actually don't glue that down. I leave that for to give it a little room to move. Okay, so Just put your fingers there so you remember not to glue on it. But glue everything else down that's outside of the stiletto. Alright, so now take your card, turn it over. Try not to mess with the glue. Remember I said along the outside edge of that line, make sure your stuff is centered. There's a little cushion there, about the same amount. Okay. Okay. Now lay it flat. Okay, make sure it's attached. You know, and your stiletto's still loose. That'd be really bad if your stiletto's attached. Okay. So now we're going to do the same to this side. So let me turn it this way since I'm right-handed. You want to hold that spot where you're not going to glue. Okay, so you don't forget to do, or so you don't forget and you glue it down. I mean, you can glue it down, but I advise you not to.
Oh, go. Oh, it's easy lane. I understand.
Alright. So on this one, what you're going to do is take this side of the card and you're going to lay it flat onto it. Okay? Make sure it's all flat. Take your boner. Isaac, why are you being so loud? Okay. So, moment of truth. And there you go. Your stiletto pop-up. Okay. Should lay perfectly flat. And then should open up 3D. Okay. Little peep toe. And there you go. Embellish it as much as you want. Put little rhinestones if you want. You know, varnish it with glitter. Just remember you want it to lay flat. You know, the more you embellish it, you know, with 3D stuff, of course, it's not going to lay flat. But yeah. So usually you would make the card a little smaller than this because if you're going to use a standard envelope, this is not going to fit in it. Or you can make your own envelopes. I make my own. So maybe next time I'll make a tutorial on how to make your own envelopes. But for now, this is the first pop-up tutorial. Okay, hopefully I'll have more to come. If anyone has a request that they want done, you can message me here or leave a little comment there. Anyone else who went ahead and tried this out, I would love to see your card, see how it came out for you. You can do a little response video or send me a message with a photo or whatever, okay? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. To download the outline, remember it's in the description box, okay? All right, thank you guys. Bye.